You think pregnancy cravings is your mate, abi? Wait till you get pregnant or become a husband to your pregnant wife. Then you will know that cravings is not a child's play. This is the story of how Amaka's pregnancy cravings almost drove her loving husband Moses into a midnight runner and a street hunter. Listen close, my people. This one is rich with laughter, small sacrifices, and a truth all husbands learn in their own time. Love sometimes smells like roasted corn. When Amaka first discovered she was pregnant, she thought the only challenge would be vomiting and sleeping too much. She didn't know she was about to turn her husband Moses into a full-time errand boy, part-time chef, and midnight traveler. Before pregnancy, Moses was the calmest man you could ever meet. He was well-groomed, organized, and always composed. But pregnancy turned him from, "Babe, how are you?" to, "See, you are disturbing me, oh." It all started one peaceful Friday night. Amaka had just finished her evening nap when she suddenly woke up with this deep desire for suya. Not just any suya, the one from that dark junction near the transformer where the smoke smells like heaven and the pepper can wake up a dead person. Moses was already in his boxers. He was half asleep while watching football highlights. Amaka shook him gently and whispered, "Moses, Moses, I want suya." Hey. He opened one eye. He said, "At this time?" She said, "Yes, suya, the one from that Hausa man who wears red cap. His suya tastes different. I can taste it in my dream." Moses stared at her like she just told him to climb Mount Everest. But because he was a loving husband, he stood up, wore his slippers, and went out into the cold night. 1 hour later, he came back looking like someone who they pursued. He said, "Babe, I found the suya," he proudly said. Amaka opened it, sniffed it, and frowned. "Oh, this one doesn't smell like the real suya." He blinked. "But it's the same man now," Moses said. She said, "No, the man must have changed charcoal. This one smells too new." Moses just sat down quietly staring at her while she chewed one piece out of pity. That was the first night he realized that marriage is not beans. 3 nights later, around 2:30 a.m., Amaka woke up crying. Moses jumped up, thinking maybe something happened. "Baby, what is it? Why are you crying? Is the baby kicking?" "No, I want mango," she said. "Eh? You say what? Mango this night? Okay, we'll buy tomorrow morning." She said, "No, not just any mango, the one with red cheeks and small black spots at the side." "Ah, where do I find that one by 2 a.m.? he said. "Follow your heart," Amaka replied. Moses actually went out with torchlight and nylon bag like a night hunter. The neighborhood security man greeted him. "Oga, wetin you dey find by this time?" Moses just muttered, "Mango." By morning, he returned with 5 mangoes. Amaka bit into one and said, "This one is not sweet now. Maybe the baby doesn't want mango again." "The baby doesn't want what?" Moses said, feeling very tired. "You better start swallowing the mangoes now, oh." He just sat down staring at the wall for 10 minutes straight. By the second trimester, Amaka's cravings became unpredictable. Some days, she'd want cold ice cream immediately after swallowing hot pepper soup. Sometimes, she wanted fried fish with groundnut butter. One afternoon, he sent Moses out to buy ice cream and akara. He looked at her and said, "Baby, that combination no fit your stomach." She said, "It's not my stomach that wants it, it's the baby." He had no choice. He went out in the blazing sun. When he returned, he was sweating like someone that just fought a lion. "Here's your ice cream and akara." But by then, she had changed her mind. "I think I want moi moi instead." He just sat on the couch, his soul visibly leaving his body. Soon,
The whole compound knew what was happening. Every night, they'll see Moses running around with nylon bags, sometimes carrying roasted corn, sometimes puff-puff, sometimes zobo in a baby flask. One of their neighbors, Mama Peace, once told Amaka, "Your husband is really trying, oh? Even my own husband cannot go to the next street for me, not to talk of another town." Amaka smiled proudly and said, "That's true love." But deep down, she knew she was draining him emotionally. The funniest part was one day, she asked for puff-puff. He rushed to buy it, came back smiling. As soon as she saw it, she said, "No, I want puff-puff that has fallen on the floor and picked up again." He said, "You mean dirty puff-puff?" She said, "No, experienced puff-puff. The baby likes it that way." He just stared into space and whispered, "I miss my bachelor days." One Sunday afternoon, Moses cooked fresh jollof rice. The aroma was heavenly. But as soon as Amaka tasted it, she frowned. "This rice tastes too fresh. I want stale rice, the one that has stayed 2 days inside fridge." "Or do you have malaria with this pregnancy?" Moses asked. "But this one is hot and fresh." "The baby said no," Amaka answered, almost crying. Moses actually went to the next compound to beg their neighbor for old rice. He came back with small leftover in nylon, like someone buying contraband. Amaka warmed and ate it, smiling happily. That day, she called him Chef of the Year. Pregnancy made Amaka love cold water with passion, but Moses was worried it might affect her throat. So one day, he hid all the bottled water and replaced them with warm ones. When she opened the fridge and didn't see her cold water, she cried like a child. He panicked. Okay, I'll buy cold one now." She said, "No need again, I'll just drink my tears." The man dropped his car key immediately and dashed out to buy water. Every week came with new madness. One week, Amaka was obsessed with ogbono soup. The next week, only bread and okra could calm her down. One midnight, she even asked him to make beans and honey. He said, "That's not food." She said, "The baby doesn't follow recipes." He made it. She took only 1 spoon and said, "Yuck, this tastes weird." He almost fainted. At 6 months, Amaka developed hatred for smells. If she smelled onions, she vomited. If she smelled perfume, she cried. If she smelled stew, she chased everybody out of the house. Moses had to stop using deodorant for 2 weeks because of her. Even his office colleagues noticed. His boss asked him one day, "Moses, are you fasting from perfume?" He just smiled weakly and said, "My wife is pregnant." Sometimes, Amaka would wake him at 1 a.m. and say, "Baby, the baby says he wants biscuit." He'd sigh and say, "Tell the baby the shops are closed." She'd reply, "The baby said he'll cry if you don't go." And Moses, out of frustration, would whisper, "Tell the baby I'm broke." But he'd still stand up, wear trousers, and go out to find biscuit from one night kiosk. Fast forward to her 9th month, the cravings didn't stop. Even on the day of delivery, as nurses rushed her into the hospital room, Amaka screamed, "Somebody should buy me bread and Fanta." The nurse shouted, "Madam, it's not bread time, it's pushing time." Moses just laughed and held her hand, whispering, "After delivery, I'm hiding your nose from smell for 6 months." When the baby finally came, he looked at her and said jokingly, "Welcome, little suya eater." After delivery, everything changed. The craving stopped, the peace returned, and Moses, he started smiling again like a man released from prison. One day, Amaka asked him, "Baby, do you miss those craving nights?" He said, "If I ever say yes, may thunder strike me." They both burst out laughing. Moral lessons. Pregnancy cravings are real, and husbands need divine patience. Love is not about words, it's about buying suya at midnight. A woman's heart during pregnancy is a compass that points in all directions. Marriage is teamwork. Sometimes you are the eater, sometimes you are the errand boy, but it's all love in the end.
Thank you so much guys for watching my video. I hope you all enjoyed the story and I'm sure you learned something from it as well. Please like and subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for more African folktale stories. Also, do not forget to hit the notification button so that you can know the next time I post a beautiful story, and share to others so that they can learn and enjoy as well. See you in my next story. Bye.